Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a reading for a weekly check-in, an energy check-in, anything to do with the next week ahead for you and for your life. Um, Looking at the Light Seers Tarot cards. And I'm going to just do a really cool kind of general overview for you. So just trust that the messages are for you when you find them. Scorpio can be your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. I like to encourage you, if you know your chart, check in with your top three especially. Maybe check in with your sun, your moon, and your rising signs and see if by looking at the other readings, that gives you a better overview of your situation or your life. I also want to welcome any cross watchers. If you like to watch for someone you're interested in, if you are interested in a Scorpio and you're tuning in here to see if you can get a little heads up introspection into them, by all means, welcome. Just remember, no matter what reason you're watching the reading, if it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. And just be careful, what you intuit or what you decide is truth or reality. Make sure you're gauging that with a really good sense of healthy views and perspectives. Checking in with your intuition is really key because that's where your truth and your wisdom and your knowledge are found. For the sign of Scorpio, just looking for this first card, see if I get any kind of jumpers that want to jump out of here. Otherwise, I'm just going to start laying cards down and talking to you about what we see. For the sign of Scorpio, we have the Knight of Swords. Is there something that you're running away from? Is there something that you're running towards? The Knight of Wands is moving, and it's in the realm of communicating. It's in the realm of not wanting to communicate, or it is, I'm running towards that. Sometimes it's getaway energy. Sometimes it is, I don't want to face the music. I don't want to hear the band. I don't want to deal with something right now. I'm going to get on my getaway vehicle, which is in this case is a motorcycle. They have their running shoes on. They are actually running in this image down this road to get on their getaway vehicle and get the heck out of Dodge. A Knight of Swords is, like I said, they're moving towards the communication or they're moving away from the communication. They don't want to have that talk right now. They're not ready. They don't feel grounded. They don't feel, there's some reason it's mental energy in their mind. They're just not prepared for the consequences of the communication. That could go any number of ways. So just ask yourself now, Scorpio, is there something that you're running away from, or is there something that you're running towards? Either way, you're running. And it's definitely communication oriented. So I don't know if there's a talk, if there's a message, if there's an email or a text message or something that you're just putting off or avoiding. We have more sword energy, so you have a lot on your mind. You're definitely a thinking Scorpio, and you are of two minds. There is sometimes two truths can exist simultaneously. I love you, but I don't like you. I think you're awesome, but I also see all of your faults and I'm irritated by it. I can go and take this job over here, or I can stay put and just keep focused on what I'm doing. It is of two minds. The interesting thing about Two of Swords is they have a blindfold over their eyes. Their hands are free, but they're being tied up by their thoughts, and they're being pulled in two different directions. So they just don't know to turn right or to turn left. Both ways seem confusing. Right now, again, like we were saying, we're not ready to make a decision or a choice. We're not ready to have that conversation. We're just not ready. We're willfully blinded. meaning we can become unblinded. We can see the truth, but we're just not ready for some reason. There definitely is the energy of avoiding the truth, avoiding the talk, avoiding the person, avoiding the communication. Scorpio, what else is going on? You know, you are the fiery water sign, and neither of these energies are fire or water. So it's almost like you're out of your element right now. You're out of your comfort zone right now. You're not feeling like you're your best self for some reason. And then we do have water energy in the form of the chariot. And the chariot is movement towards the future. It is yes energy. It is go for it, go towards it. What I think is so interesting about the chariot is I feel like we have so much indecision. We have so much confusion. We have so much running away. We're not ready. We're not clear. Our truth isn't available to us. But I guess just know that when it is, it will be time to move, because I'm really not clear what you're supposed to be moving towards when you're unclear of what you're thinking right now. Your thoughts aren't settled. So the chariot is saying that in the spirit realm, spiritually speaking, moving towards your destiny, moving towards your goal. This could be you getting a new car. This can be you in your duality nature of good and evil. We all have two sides to us. Don't get offended if I'm not saying you're evil. I'm just saying we all have the ability to be good and bad. This is you getting in charge and taking the seat of the charioteer and grabbing the reins and going towards your destiny, going towards your future, whatever that means for you. I think it's helpful to know that the chariot is here as that positive move forward card. I also want you to notice the colors that are present. We have this really icy blue, and then we have this beautiful pink, purple, and orange. So I think that sometime within the very near future, your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions will begin to feel more grounded, more steady, more secure, more spiritually in line with what your belief system is. And the Two of Cups. All that being said, there will be a joining of the two becoming one. This moving forward towards your heart space. This is back to your comfort zone. We have Cancer represented by the chariot, and then Cancer represented by the Two of Cups. So there's this Cancer watery energy in your life. I think it did come with a lot of pre-preparatory thinking, a lot of consumed in your mental energy, and then this watery energy sets it off, kind of soothes the deal a little bit, where let's just get back to our emotional balance, our truth, our love, how our feelings about things. Let's just really settle in on how we feel about things right now. Scorpio, what else can we share with you to help you on your journey and your path? Eight of Cups. Learning and understanding like you never have before that sometimes closing the emotional door on the past is necessary, required, so that you can move forward what you need, what you want. More water energy. This one is your card. This is Scorpio energy here. Scorpio has no troubles once they have made up their mind of this is no longer for my highest and best good, and I choose to turn and walk away. And I think that if you've ever had a Scorpio walk away from your life, it almost can be like they never knew you. It becomes such an act of Scorpio's ability to shed the old skin and take on the new skin, that their old life becomes a part of their past. If they continue to touch it and remember it and talk about it, this energy won't be available. This energy is only available when a Scorpio really, truly, deeply, down deep decides that this is not good for me. Thinking about this isn't good for me. Being of two minds isn't good for me. It's when I finally make up my mind that I need to turn my back and I need to walk away from what no longer serves me. Once you've gotten to this point, though, I feel like this is where everything changes for you, Scorpio. This is where you really start to dial in and understand and realize that what's for you is for you, what's not for you is not for you, and that is not a crime. The Queen of Swords is here because you have finally come to that conclusion. I think you have settled in on your truth, and the Queen of Swords is proof of it, because they are the feminine aspect, the more internal orientation of, I understand my thoughts and my feelings and my concepts and my truths. I understand my truth like I've never understood it before. And I have very clear boundaries. I know that I am not this is not a very emotional energy. You came from emotional energy, but you sit on your throne in this very clear, concise, boundaried energy. And the Queen of Swords is not to be messed with. Holding her sword here by her side, you can be a male in your Queen of Swords energy. It just means that more feminine aspect. It's more internally oriented, because the Queen of Swords is not to be messed with. I want to say not to be fucked with, because they will not hesitate to cut off what no longer serves them. Not only does this energy have you walking away in your feelings in your heart space, but now you're very clear on what you even will and will not think about. I'm not even going to go there, because I know that if I entertain that kind of mental energy, then I will get consumed, or I'll go down a rabbit hole, or I'll think negatively, something. And so I'm going to sit here on the top of my castle with my flags planted in the ground of what you can and cannot do around me, to me, for me, through me. You put in the fill in the blank there. I will and will not allow X, Y, and Z. And if you do that, there will be consequences. So here's my truth. Here's who I am. And you will respect that, or you will leave my life. For Scorpio, I love it. I love that I think you're feeling your personal power. I think you're feeling the strength that you've needed to feel for a very long time to get clear and concise about who you are. I think there is actually no doubt about who you are now. We have Hanged Man in the reverse. So your sensitivities are changing. Your ability to get sucked into someone's pitiful, sad story and to be able to see it through their eyes and understand and feel sorry and go through their emotional escapades with them. I think that you now, because you're so clear and boundaried and you've walked away from what no longer serves you, you're not willing to flip yourself upside down for people anymore. You're not willing to have to fit in with people just to feel good about yourself. You are really clear and concise about, my perspective has been earned because I trust myself. I'm not going to be twisted into a pretzel for you or your situation or your sad story. I am who I am, and I have the thoughts that I have, and that's that. Queen of Swords. Hanged Man in reverse is, I'm no longer going to be open, and I'm not going to hang upside down for you. I'm not going to go through all of the gymnastics act to be in your life. If you need me to be all these things, and that's the only way you can be happy, then I guess you're going to have to be unhappy, because I'm standing very firmly on who I am. I will not flip myself upside down. I'm not getting on your trapeze. I'm not playing an act in your circus. Not my circus, not my monkeys. What else can we share with Scorpio? Thank you so much for tuning in and playing along and being here. I am really blessed to have your attention. Scorpio, and that one just wanted to pop right out, and there's those boundaries again. Seven of Wands is exactly what I said about the Queen of Swords. What I want to say is we have cups, emotions. We have swords, thoughts, our mental, intelligent, intellectual energy, and we have wands. All different suits. Wands are fire. That's your passions and your drives and your desires. We have three different suits, three different elements, all saying virtually very similar things. And that is, I'm not available for your bullshit. I am here to be my truth, not your truth. If you need me to fit into a box, I know who I am, and I know what I can and cannot bring to anybody's table at this point. And so I'm boundaried, I'm boundaried, I'm boundaried. I'm clear in my heart, I'm clear in my mind, and I'm clear in my soul. Heart, body, mind, and spirit. I have three alignments of I'm going to be my truth, not your truth. I'm not twisting myself into that pretzel that you need me to be. The last card out for Scorpio. What can we finish off this message by sharing one last truth, one last perfect message that they need to hear, see, or know about? The Knight of Wands. So not only are you very clear and boundaried in your soul, your Seven of Wands, but you're going to take that truth, all of this lesson period of time, this that you've taught yourself, or you've learned, or you've grown, or you've known your truth. You are going to let your hair down a little bit, and you're going to be able to have a little bit of fun, because this has been some hard work. This has been a lot of mental, soul, heart challenge. And the Knight of Wands is, they're a little bit of a player. They're a little bit of, I'm going to let my hair down. I'm going to dance. I'm going to sing. I'm going to let my ponies ride. I'm going to let myself be free. I really think this is really cool, because this is the time of year when people are doing get-togethers, having shindigs, having celebrations, New Year's Eve parties coming at the end of the month. I mean, it's just one thing after another this time of year. And so with you being in this energy, it is, I'm going to go to that party. I'm going to say yes to that. I'm going to open up myself and just be free. I'm going to let myself engage and have fun, but I'm not going to get tied down to any one thing. I'm not going to allow myself to be somebody's everything. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. Remember, if this is not your reading, don't make it fit. But this is the energy of a Scorpio letting themselves be open to the possibilities of whatever is available right now. Some energetic good times. The Knight of Wands is that kind of a player. They're really just here for a good time, not a long time, not very committal energy. They're not going to settle down with the first person that shows up. They're going to just be free, easygoing, lighthearted, fun-loving. So there's been a lot of heavy energy going on, but I think that you've been clear and concise, and you're now ready to just be free. So I'm going to finish up with the Intuitive Whispers Oracle cards for you, Scorpio. See what we can finish off this reading for you with. For the sign of Scorpio, we have Intuitive Whispers Oracle. This is number 5, ground from the root. Ooh, that is really pretty. The colors are awesome. But number 5 in numerology means change, challenge, freedom. I love that for you. I'm going to read from the book, so I give you the perfect message the author intended for this card. And so I have number 5, ground from the root. Escape from your overthinking mind and ground yourself in your body, right down to your roots. You are spending too much time in your thoughts, which are holding you in your past or predicting an uncertain future. When you're grounded, you are fully present in your body. There is a deep wisdom that can be found there. The insights from your own life experience, plus the wisdom of your ancestors who have walked before you. It's time to get rooted in nature and connect fully to your body to rediscover the strength that lies deep within you. How to ground. Find a comfortable seat out in nature if possible and close your eyes. Notice the ground supporting you. Begin to deepen your breath, inhaling for 4 seconds and then exhaling for 4. Visualize roots growing down into the earth beneath you. Follow your awareness as it takes you deeper into the earth until you reach its very center. Repeat these words of affirmation. I am grounded and rooted in the deep wisdom of my body. Scorpio, thank you so much for being here, for tuning in, for your energy and your time. I would ask that you would like, subscribe, follow, leave comments. I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. Any interaction with my channel is so appreciated and so welcome. Thank you again. Be well. Namaste.